this is Steven from Off the Shelf Movie Night, the place where we talk about physical media. Sometimes we go to the movies too, but mostly we talk about DVDs, Blu-rays, steelbooks, all the great things that we love. Why do we love it? Because we like the best possible audio and video experience. We also are students of film here. By we, I mean mostly me, but there's others here that are involved in the show on occasion. But we are students of film. We like to know how films were made. We also like to archive films. We like films in the best possible presentation that we can get them, and that includes packaging. So let's talk about something today. We're going to talk about, let me just look at the camera here, I'm going to cheat a little. We're going to talk about the Apocalypse Now special edition package that is out. I have some real opinions about this. Mostly what's out there on the internet right now is a lot of love, and that's great. There are reasons to love this package. First of all, the 4K presentation is beautiful. I've seen some complaints about it being a little bit on the soft side. Well, we have to remember this movie was made in 1979 and shot on film. So sure, there's going to be film grain. It's going to be a little softer, and that's okay. That's the way film looks. That's why it's warm. It's sort of the vinylification, if you will, of film. It's warm, it's grainy, it's dreamlike, it's cinema. Presentation is great. Let's step aside from that. The only thing I will say is the audio. Mostly the audio is really good. There are a few times though where dialogue is a little bit tough to hear in some conversations, and that's not just on this release. I saw this film reissued in a theater as well with this same 4K presentation and felt the same in the theater. So it may just be a situation with the source material. Overall, it sounds really good though. Is it perfect? No. Is it the best the film has ever looked? Yes. My issues are more on the other side of things, more on the packaging and presentation side. So we take a look at this set, and it's not a steelbook. So if you haven't seen it in person, don't think that it is. It's more like a digipack. When you open it up on the back, so let me just get this open for you. I'll hold it up here. Oops, we lost a disc. It looks pretty cool. The inside fold and the back wrap into one single image. Sorry about the reflection there. They try to make you believe it's one complete image. With the front, it's not. It's just a similar color palette. It's okay. I mean, I just feel like overall this package feels a little on the cheap side. This should have been metal. This should have been a little bit more of an upgrade. So inside the package, you get the new restored version of the film with all of Francis Ford Coppola's added content, and that is good and bad. There is one dinner scene in particular. I don't want to get too, I mean, I know it's an old film, but I don't want to get too into spoilers because there's a lot of you guys out there I know who have not as of yet seen the film that I feel like just doesn't belong there. It detracts from the film, it slows it down, it kind of kills the whole pacing of the film. Coppola loves it, so okay, it's there. See, so here's the thing. On the inside of the packaging, we have these stacked discs, and already I'm having some issue with it. Let me just take these two discs aside and I'll show you the inside. I hate this format for presenting discs. Discs fall out, it's not steady, they can bump into each other, there can be scratches. Not my favorite presentation for discs. So there's another ding against this one. Also, this is what's happening in steelbooks a lot, and now it's happening here too. We get the two 4K discs, which is the new restored version of the film and the original cut. Are you listening, George Lucas? We still have the original cut and presentation of the film. We get both of those in 4K, and that's great. Then we get both of them again, and they all, every other disc other than the two 4Ks, look like this. They're just the reissues that we've had before. So nothing special, no treatment, nothing special done for these discs. Basically, it almost feels like, oh, okay, we've got all these extra discs laying around. Let's package this thing up nice and send it out and sell it to everyone. That said, along with those 4 discs, you also get an entire disc. Oh, sorry about that. There, I probably will not edit that out. I'm sorry. You also get the Hearts of Darkness documentary, which is the gold standard for documentaries about films, about the filmmaking process. Even if you don't like this film, but if you're like me and you're a student of film, you should watch Hearts of Darkness. This is one of the best documentaries about film and filmmaking that is out there. On top of that, there's another disc of bonus features. So, and again, those bonus features, and of course Hearts of Darkness, have been out before, and these are just reissues of what we already had if you have this film in another form. So lastly, when we close this thing up, let me just hold this up for you again. There's nothing holding it shut. There should be a clasp. There should be Velcro, something, because it just flops open. And also, this bottom, there should be a box or something here. This just feels cheap and underdone. The rest of it, okay, looks pretty good. Oh, let me get back on camera here. The spine, pretty cool, but the top and the bottom and even the side, really, the open side, because it's not locked in any way. And also, the spine design does not continue here. It's just open, clear plastic. It feels cheap. This whole thing, this whole package here would be great if it slid inside a big plastic, or not plastic, but big cardboard box. It just needs a little more love in the packaging side of things. And I just felt like I needed to share my thoughts on that because so many other shows that I love have given this thing a near perfect score. The 4K disc itself, yes, that is a near perfect score. For me, presentation overall is going to be an 8.5 to a 9, and I only ding it a little because there are some artifacts here and there, and a couple of places where the audio is hard to hear. Bonus features are also really good, even though there's nothing much new. We've had pretty much everything that's here. It's a great combination of supplements and film, though. So overall, I'm going to give the package an 8.5 to 8 to 8.5. I'm still floating back and forth between there, and only because I ding this packaging a little bit. This packaging, since it doesn't have anything holding it together, typically what I do is, and you'll see it in the background on my other episodes, I'll open it like this and just sit it up on the shelf there. And that's okay, cool, but it just felt like it needed just a little more love. If you don't own Apocalypse Now already, this is the definitive way to get it. And if you do own it, but let's say you have one of the original Blu-ray releases or a DVD, still, complaints aside, packaging complaints aside, this is the definitive edition. This is the archive edition. This is the collector edition as far as video and audio that we need as film fans. This goes on the shelf. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, things you want to see on the show, please feel free to drop them in the comments. And remember, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification and give us a like if you agree. If you disagree, put it in the comments because I'd love to have a conversation. Until then, see you soon.